Is your PC struggling with high input lag and also your frames are just stuttering all the way down to 80 to 90 frames per second? Well boys, if you watch this video till the very end, I assure you, you will get around 200 to 240 frames per second and also the lowest input delay you possibly can get. And all of you are probably wondering, how on earth, Ginchi, are you going to do this? Well boys, I have gotten these tweaks from professional players and also professional tweakers who did my PC on their own, and now I will share it to all of you guys watching this video. Just make sure you please do like and subscribe, as I do work very hard for these videos. Boys, let's get straight into this. I hope you enjoy it. Okay, on to our first part of the video. All I want you guys to do is be on your desktop, right click the bottom taskbar right here, click on Task Manager. I've said this in previous videos, the main reason you are getting delay in your games is because of the processors. I have 158 of my processors being used. Boys, you want this number to be 90 to 100. If it is not in that optimal range, your processors are just way too high, causing strain on your CPU. And throughout this video, I will show you how to get these processors low, and at the end of the video, I will also restart my PC and prove to you that these tweaks works. Boys, I know most of you are thinking, I say these in most of videos, but this is the reason why your PC is having delay. Okay, the first tweak of this video. All I want you guys to do is right click on your wallpaper and now you see NVIDIA control panel. Boys, some of you may not have this. This is just for NVIDIA graphics cards. If you don't have an NVIDIA graphics card, please just skip about 1 minute and get on to the next tweak. But for my NVIDIA users, make sure you go on this 3D settings, adjust image settings with preview. You have 3 options here. On the default, it will be on this first one. You do not want this. It's causing more delay on your PC. Instead, click on this middle one. Use the advanced 3D image settings. Of course, some of you are going to be thinking, why not just scroll at a cost of performance? Still, again, that is not the most optimal settings. Take me there, and these are the most optimal settings you can get. Boys, I will just go through this slowly, but I'm pretty sure you will have to pause the video to actually get these exact, but make sure you copy these settings exactly how they are. Do not change any of them, even if you think you are supposed to. These settings are the most optimal settings that all the pros are using, so make sure you just copy these settings. If you do have to pause the video, make sure you do pause the video, but there was those settings. On to the second part. I want you guys to click on the display change resolution. Right here, unless you are playing stretched resolution, which I still do not recommend as you cannot get the most less input delay, you want to be playing 1920 by 1080. This is of course for the lowest input delay you possibly can, refresh rate as well. Some of you will have 60 Hz automatically enabled. Click on the highest refresh rate you can. I know most people already know how to do it, but make sure you click on the highest one you possibly can, press apply. Yes, of course, you want the highest one. Right, second part, adjust desktop size and position. Click on this one, 4 settings right here. Some of you will be on no scaling, some of you will be on aspect ratio. What I have been told, you want to be on full screen no matter what. It is just, of course, you want your image to be on the full screen every time you're playing the game. Perform scaling on display or GPU. Unless you have a 40 series GPU, you want to be playing on display. For me, I have a 2070. Of course, that is not a 40 series. You need to be playing display. Of course, even if you have a 30 series, still press on display. The GPU is only for insanely good GPUs, which, I mean, for mine, I do not have. Again, right here, you need to be playing resolution 1920 by 1080, like we said before. Refresh rate 240 Hz, the maximum you possibly can play on. Again, there will be an apply button right here. Make sure you do press apply after every single setting that I do show you. But for NVIDIA control panel, this is all done. Okay, on to our next tweak. We're going to head over to our search bar and search game mode settings. For this, some of you are going to have to comment on which CPU and GPU you have. I will get back to you, but this is quite confusing. Of course, it says when game mode is on, Windows optimizes your PC for play. This is in fact not true for some PCs. For my PC, I have a Ryzen 7 3800X 3D and the 2070. So for me, game mode is on. In my opinion, if you have a Ryzen 7 or above, have game mode on. If you have a Ryzen 7 and below, game mode off. I know some of you are going to be thinking, why on earth would I turn it off? But this is for mainly newer PCs. If you're not sure, comment down below your specs. I will get back to every single one of you. On to the next part, it is just on the left side of the screen, game bar. Make sure you're having game bar off. This is constantly recording your gameplay in the background. Now imagine that on your CPU, constantly recording it. That is causing unnecessary strain. If you want to clip something, download GeForce Experience. That is from Nvidia itself. That is the best for gaming, clipping stuff as well. Game bar, make sure that is off. Captures, like I said, constantly recording in the background. You do not want that. Make sure all of these are off. Okay, now we're done with this tweak, we can find another setting. This time, search for background apps. Here it is. Make sure all of these are off. Boys, you do not want any background apps starting up when you start your PC. Right when you start your PC, let's say I have Crosshair V2 on. Right when I start my PC, Crosshair will open automatically. Me, without knowing, this will just be on in the background constantly whilst I am gaming. Of course, the more apps you have, the more processors you will have on as well. You want your processors to be as low as possible. You want your apps to also be off, all of them off. Make sure background apps off. I cannot say this enough. This is the most important step of the video by far. Now we are done with that setting, we can go on to our next one. I'm very sorry if I'm going quite quickly throughout this video. I just obviously don't want to waste your time. I want to get as many tweaks in as I possibly can. For this one, search Windows R. Literally just click Windows and R, Run will pop up. Once Run pops up, search in it TEMP, temp, press OK. Now all of this will pop up. Some of you will have hundreds and hundreds of items right here. Make sure you highlight all of them, right click, delete. All of you are probably thinking, why on earth would I delete these random files? Well, exactly, they are random files. They are temporary files your PC has stored and no longer needs. This will pop up for some of you when you do click delete. Folder access denied. If this happens, it is completely fine. It happens to every single one of you. Make sure you check this box. Do this for all current items and just press skip. All of this will pop up again. Press it again. There we go. These are the 3 folders that it cannot delete, and that is fine. That is as many as it can possibly do. Once we're done with that, click the red X, and again, Windows R, pop this up, this time for more temporary files that you have on your PC. Search %temp%. Same thing as before. Okay, again, I have 70 items right here, just junk in the background of my PC that my PC just no longer needs. So right click on it, delete. Again, for me, check this, skip. Check this, skip. And there we go, my computer can no longer delete any more files. These are the files that it has to have open, which is completely fine. Once you are done with this step, another important step most of you will forget whilst doing this is head over to your recycling bin and make sure you actually delete it from your recycling bin as well. Most of you on my last video, some of you had like 300, 400. Let's comment down below, see how many stuff you had in your recycling bin that you actually forgot to delete. So make sure you do head over and delete all of them. Again, right, this is it for this tweak of the video. I will restart my PC. Let's head over to Task Manager. Processors are on 153. Again, most of you are thinking, Jinshi, this tweak did not work. You're still on the exact same processors. Yes, of course, you need to restart your PC for this to work. Once I restart, I am aiming for 90 to 100, the most optimal range you possibly can. Well, let's restart and let's see how much it is. Okay, I have just restarted my PC. The first thing I want you guys to do is click on this up arrow and there should be hardly anything open here. If there is only, for me, there's 5 things open, that is a very good sign that you've done everything right throughout this video. So again, just to check how much we are on, boys, please, if I am on 90 to 100, please do leave a like. Also, please do subscribe, as also these are taking a lot of time to do. We click on performance. There it is, processors 99. We are through that optimal range of 90 to 100. Comment down below how much processors you are now on and how much you were on at the start of this video. Thank you for watching.